Good morning, everyone. Let's look at your markets for today. Start with the economic calendar as always. Don't expect a lot of movement. We've got the durable goods orders on the dollar just an hour prior to market open in the US. That should definitely give us some volume, but I don't expect any crazy moves from that. So yeah, I don't think we'll see much difference in volume, based on this news event. Not today, anyway. As for anything else, there's not really anything worth mentioning. We've got, the normal oil information coming out at the end of the day, and then net positions. Those aren't really very relevant. They don't move the markets. They just kind of tell you where we are. So yeah, so as far as the economic calendar goes, I don't see us seeing much volume on this. The Euro one, the job seekers total, this could give us some volume. But because it's France and not, say, Germany, for instance, it's less important than, Germany being the biggest manufacturing country in the European Union. So I don't know. We could potentially see a bit of volume. It is prior to the US Open, right in the middle of the London session. So we could see that move the market slightly. And then this one obviously could also move it slightly, but more likely it's just going to follow whatever it's been doing. Whatever market sentiment is, it'll just continue to follow that until something happens to change that, which could happen at this FOMC speech by this Williams member. But because I've seen in the past, I seem to see that on a Friday, everything wants to change. If market sentiment was very pro-dollar, on a Friday, everyone just eases off, scales out, and relaxes for the weekend, takes a lot of their positions out. I myself do it as well. I take out or close out any open positions I have, because there's a risk that on the Monday morning or Sunday evening at midnight, at my server time, or whatever server you use, the Sunday night, midnight, can open with a gap, and those gaps could easily be against your position, and then there's no guarantee it's going to close the gap. In stocks, that tends to happen. When there's a gap opening, they tend to close it before returning the move in the direction of the gap. But in Forex, it's not a guarantee. So that being said, let's have a quick look at the technical summaries. S&P, that's neutral. DAX, neutral. FTSE, up, down minus 1.3%. Euro, down 0.6%. Commodities, gold, slightly down, but more neutral than anything else. Silver as well, 0.58%. That's also neutral. Then on Forex, we've got this being neutral, 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 and neutral. So it looks like we've got a very neutral market sentiment again. Don't we just hate that? It kind of gives you no clear indication of what to do, or where the trade's going to go. Okay, so yeah, it's a pretty neutral market sentiment. Let's take a look at your charts then. So obviously, as you can see, the call I made on Wednesday, I said if it breaks this line, go long up to this level, and if it comes down and goes to that level, go long up to this level. Either way, it would make this level, and it did. So we had a good move to the upside. If you got in at candle close following this break, that's just 37 pips, which isn't bad. It was a pretty easy call. And it was the only opportunity I saw that I felt confident in calling on Wednesday. Then yesterday, obviously, I wasn't trading, so that's not bad. But we'll go through all the individual ones. I want to start with gold and silver first. Now, as we can see, it's come down significantly. It's broken this line, so it's going for the bottom trend line. Let's zoom out on the H4. So you'll see this line. That line held. It's bounced off that. Now it's gonna have to create a new triangle. So what we want to see, oh no, don't do that. We want to see it move back up to the big triangle, to the upside, to break to the upside. That's what I expect to see next. And keep an eye on the bottom of the trend line. If it breaks this trend line, it's going to plummet to this level, I think. No, I'm lying. If it breaks that trend line, it should go to this level. But instantly. You'll see it probably in 1 hour candle, 1 H4 candle. You'll see that move. And if it recovers to the upside, we'll have a big push up again. Exactly what we had before or mentioned before. If it breaks that trend line, we'll have a big push up to this line. And if it breaks the bottom, we'll have a big push down to this line. So it's basically just a squeeze, consolidation in a triangle. It's always that. So it's easy to predict what it's going to do. You just watch what it is doing and then just react to that. So it seems to be slightly down still. Market sentiment. I do want to watch this channel. It's at the upside. So if it wants to maintain the current trend strength, it needs to break the line now. And if it breaks this channel, then we know it's losing strength and momentum to the downside. And then it could potentially move up again. So, I mean, I would assume it's still a risk off scenario. So, or risk on, I mean, still slightly risk on. That sentiment hasn't changed as far as I'm aware. It's neutral at the moment because markets close and everything. There's nothing worth mentioning at the moment. But once markets open, I do expect more dollar strength. But like I said, it tends to want to reverse on a Friday for some reason. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's move over to silver. I mean, is it scary how good my predictions are? Like sometimes I amaze even myself. I really do. So yeah, we've had the push to this line. It went a little beyond that. We should see it consolidate slightly now. It should consolidate. I do expect a further slight move downwards during the consolidation. So something like this, for example, that we have here, where it's lower highs. That's what I expect to see in the consolidation now. So it should go lower, lower, lower until we have another shift in market sentiment. But now I expect a shift or a move to the side out of the channel. So we're looking for no. Let me just delete this. I wanted to draw a little. line like this down to this level. Now, obviously, everyone's hoping for a shift in sentiment, especially if you are long silver or long gold. You would be hoping for a shift, but this is what I expect to see. A consolidation that's slightly to the downside. Yeah. Okay, well, that's what I've got to expect from this. So I made this call also, when was it? Wednesday? No, I think I made this on Tuesday already, that I made this call, and it went beyond it. So it's a pretty good call, I think. And so I had two good ones. I also had the dollar Swissy one and then the silver one. Pretty good. Okay, we'll look at the individual pairs and try and spot an opportunity. Wow. In this one, I want to remove this because it's really not relevant anymore. We should see a retrace come down to the 23.6 line. So it's almost there. We should see that, which is also a fair value price, high volume price. So this will come to there. I just want to add something quickly. Come on. My system is lagging. There we go. Today, please, today. There we go. Yeah, it's moving up. That's 2 candles already. That's already 2 candles. You're going to see a move back up. We could potentially see it hit the 38. So I'll do the prediction already. To that level. Yeah, I mean, that's nice. Obviously, it takes 3 candles before I would actually get into the market. So this is candle 1. Candle 2 is touching and then coming back, touching, coming back on triggering the little arrows. But if I have 3 arrows in a row, you see that just went slightly up to trigger it. If I have 3 in a row, then I'll go long to take profit at the 38.2, which is also at a fair value daily support resistance line. As you can see, this purple or magenta line, that's a daily support / resistance price. So that's where I expect to see it go if it pushes up now. So if I have 3 candles in a row that's up, then I'll go long on it to the 38.2. A lot of people will go to the 50, but with the 38.2 as a confluence on the daily, in this case, resistance line, I won't risk more than that. So yeah, there's an opportunity there. We'll see something similar on this. So if you'd rather trade this one, you could potentially do that. we've got the V, so we've probably got the reversal already, but it might just be a retrace. This is still in the channel, so I mean, yeah, it's still in the channel, so I mean, I won't go long on it specifically now. Odd yen, oh, look at it being severely oversold here, and now it's basically at median 3-4 dojis in a row, to indicate that it really doesn't want to go anywhere other than where it is right now, so it'll go sideways. Aussie dollar, we've got this big push and looks like the bounce up, so potentially see it move to this level. Euro Aussie, that's a reversal signal, as you can see. Huge rejection wick, test. So yeah, it's like a miniature head and shoulders pattern as well. So we should see it come down, but just as a retrace. So I don't know where it will go eventually, but for now it needs to retrace. Euro Swissy, it just triggered the resistance line there, and it's bouncing off it. I think the big push here is a good indication that it wants to go up, but you can't maintain this much momentum indefinitely. So it reached a resistance line, and now people are easing off. The bulls are easing off. They'll probably wait for it to hit another price level that they trust. This white line, for instance, was a good support level. So they'll probably just wait for it to come down, and then they'll make the next push up. So yeah, I mean, this could potentially see the opposite of this. So this one went to that level, came to this level, and then kept going. Did it a few times. We could see the opposite go up, down to about here, up, down, and then up. But we'll have to watch it. Oh, this is still ranging. Sadly, we've got a bit of a downward trend line about there forming. It seems to be respecting, so, and that's parallel to this one. So if you, just as an example, took this parallel line and just shifted it there, look how close that is. If you use the close candles, that would be right on it. So that's just an example. Anyway, so I do see this going down further, back to the 50, because it came up to the 71 level and then seems to have bounced off that, and then it's respecting a trend line to the downside. Then obviously I want to see that go down. If it breaks the trend line, then it will push up. So, but it is ranging, so it could go either way. Euro yen, oh man, that's just completely ranging. You don't even have to draw the levels, and you can clearly see them ranging. So, buy low, sell high, and keep repeating until it starts trending somewhere. That's euro yen. So this is a perfect example of where you would use something like this. So if you see, if you're consolidating like this, everything close to each other, when it reaches the outer level, you just go in the opposite direction. Trade it back to median, and then when it triggers again, back to median, again, back to median, almost to the candle. It only hit it on the next one, but still it did hit it. Yeah, I mean, it's easy trade. You could potentially do it at the second level, second strand, which is a 23.1 extension. It should be 23.6 extension, but anyway, that's ranging. Euro dollar is ranging as well and consolidating at the moment. Pound dollar ranging. Kiwi dollar, similar to what we saw on the Aussie dollar. We've got the same pattern on the Kiwi dollar, so I expect something very similar. Dollar CAD, that's up. You could definitely trade that to the upside. So what you'll do is add this level or trend line in, put it on that, and ray it, and go long. So target to there somewhere. Close enough. Yeah, so that's dollar CAD, dollar CHF. I mean, as long as it respects the channel, you know it's going to continue to go up. If it breaks the channel and the trend line, it should see some retracement. This is ranging, but similarly, it's ranging at the moment, but it's still in the overall uptrend. So maybe potentially draw out the short-term trend line and watch it respect it. If it does, it could go up again. If it breaks, we should see a retrace to the downside. Aim for the 50, I think. Kiwi yen, similar to what we saw on the Kiwi dollar. It's just a big push down and it's retracing. And silver we've already discussed. So yeah, I mean, we've got opportunities there. We've got one there. And what was the other one? Is it dollar CAD? Yes. So I'll shift them to the end. And then we'll keep an eye on them. Anyway, that's it for the video for today. Good luck and enjoy.